You know, in life, it's completely fine for us to make mistakes. And it's more than perfect for us to learn from those mistakes. But to repeat things time and time and time again, that's never okay. Especially when you think everything's about you. But let's get into this one.
Larry wasn't the only child that I put up for adoption. I also had a daughter a year later. My relationship with Jamal's dad at that point was not good, and I had to do what was best for me at the time.
Woo-wee, let's eat this one up, ladies and gentlemen. And FYI, I don't know why, but since my previous videos, Kimberly seems to have blocked me on the socials. It is what it is, man. Listen, some people are a bit sensitive, but let's get into this one, folks. So let me get this straight. First things first. So she had one son. In last week's episode, she said that the first son was Larry, and she said that she gave up Larry for adoption because the father told her to abort the baby. Obviously, she wasn't down to do that, but at the same time, she also wasn't down to be a single mother at 21 when she knew that she was unable to be there for Larry. So she gave him up. Respectfully, I love that. Nothing wrong with that. But let's pay attention to the key point here, folks. She said, I gave him up because the father told me he wanted nothing to do with him. He said, get rid of that boy now, the baby now. Key point. So then a year later, she gets pregnant again with the same guy. Huh? Excuse me? The first situation I can understand, but this second one's nah. Because you already told us. Not only did you tell us, but Jamal's father, Larry's father, and the daughter's father said on baby one, I don't want this baby. Get rid of it now. Abort that mofo. And you said, nah. I'm gonna give birth to him and give him away. So he can have a good life away from me, which is fantastic. But the fact that you stayed with the same man that told you that he wasn't going to support you with the first child is crazy business. So now you fast forward and you're now going to have another baby this year later. And then what happened the year later? What happened the year later? Let me get back to that real quick.
I knew my sister when I was 12, and then I found out about Larry because he found you a year ago. It's like, why in that gap did you just tell me?
I really just did not know how.
Yeah, we'll talk about that real quick. But let me continue what I was saying before. So somebody tell me, like I said, mistakes are here to be made, but mistakes are also here for us to learn. Does this woman actually ever learn from her mistakes? That's what I want to know, because I haven't seen that so far. Even away from her having kids, we've seen in her relationships, rinse and repeat the same BS every single time. Rinse and repeat. And you know the maddest thing about it is, all this rinse and repeat is all because of how she's been affected, how she's trying to look after herself. Am I lying when I say this is very narcissistic energy? So here's the thing. You now had a first son. The baby dad didn't want him. You then have a daughter. The baby didn't want her. And then you went off and had a third son with the same dude. But this time, this son is Jamal, and this is the son that you decided to keep, which is fine. But how do you end up having 3 children with the same dude that said, I do not want to be there for baby number 1, and clearly said, I also don't want to be there for baby number 2. And clearly, something also went down when baby number 3 came, because we all know that, from what I understand, Jamal's father has been in and out, but I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? But either way, though, mistakes are there to learn from. When do you learn from your mistakes? And now she wants to sit and say, well, I was trying to protect myself. Huh? What? Listen, Larry and the sister, they may have went off and had amazing lives with the parents they had. But boy, to sit there and say, to sit there and just still make it all about you? Let's continue, man. Let's continue. Rinse and repeat.
You didn't just tell me.
I really just did not know how.
That's the one. So here's the thing. So when Jamal found out about his sister, you didn't know how to bring up Larry. You know, one of the things about being a human being, no, stop that. One of the things about being a parent is that you can't necessarily behave in ways that you would with maybe your friends per se, or with other people. So my point being is, If Jamal found out about his sister at 12 years age, that was the bloody perfect time to say, hey, just so you know though, there is a brother. You can't sit there and say that I just didn't know how to tell you. What do you mean you didn't know? You know what the maddest thing is, right? Do you know what's so mad? You know when you're a kid, our parents always know how to tell us off. They always know how to discipline us. They always know how to say those things. But when it comes to telling us things that may impact our relationship with them, all of a sudden now it's a bit too hard for me to... What the hell are we talking about here? That's one thing I don't like about parents across the board. You know what I mean? Honestly, anybody that's had a parent that's always been honest from the moment that you was born to the moment till whenever, I love that for you. Because one of the worst things that parents can do is, I was just trying to protect my child so I didn't say this information. What? Honesty builds the strongest form of respect. Honesty brings the strongest form of loyalty. But withholding information doesn't do that. It builds false happiness. It builds false trust. It builds a false foundation of a relationship with you and said person. Kimberly is all about that. Building false foundations with people. But let's continue. But bear that in mind for yourself, folks. Come on now.
I only told Jamal about one because it just thought to me like one would make sense, but to do it twice, I didn't want to come up. Handle it well? No, not at all.
I don't know. I really feel for Larry not telling him about our full blood sister, hiding the truth from him, and I feel like about it.
So basically, in a nutshell here, Jamal wants to be 1000% honest with his brother, but unfortunately, he feels as if he can't because his mother's clearly telling him not to. So let's just make this abundantly clear. Jamal is in full control of being honest with his brother if he wants to, but he feels as if he cannot, even though he can. But the reason why he feels like this is because his mother is doing what she does best, and that is withhold information. Today's not the right time. I need to find the right time. There is no such thing in this world called the right time, folks. No such thing. It does not exist, okay? Things happen based on the choices that we make. It is just that simple, okay? The right time, wrong place, wrong time. No, choices are key to everything. Choices determine everything. But anyway, it's a shame that Jamal has been put in a corner now where he has to withhold information because his mum doesn't want him to tell him the truth just yet. Now, I will say this before I forget though. I noticed there's a pattern here. The sister's name was never mentioned throughout this whole episode. Now, I don't know if the sister is going to appear at some point in the episode, and then that's when we may learn her name. But I will say this though, if the sister's name never gets revealed throughout this whole entire season, I beg people respectfully, please do not try and find out who this girl is. But it is abundantly clear to me that she's probably chosen to say, no, I don't want to be a part of the TV show. I don't want no spotlight. And there's even a potential chance that she may have even rejected advances from Kimberly herself in particular, okay? So therefore, this means this is a girl that wants just to stay private and just get on with her life. And maybe she will appear whenever she's ready. So I would say we should respect that. Because for me, it's still very jarring, still very irritating that that now there's another son. All of a sudden, that son's now going to be on the show too, and Larry has no idea how the internet is going to potentially drag him. So I just say respectfully, if the girl doesn't want to be known, leave it that way. But let's continue.
From him, and I feel like about it.
Do you not think I feel like too? Tell Larry.
You see what I mean? All about her. Who gives a damn about how you feel? You're the one that done the damage. You should care about how you're making everyone else feel. This isn't about you.
About his sister when he first found me because I was like trying to get to know him. He was trying to get to know me, and I just couldn't figure out a way to tell him.
Always couldn't figure out how to tell somebody. Just always. Is that the motto of her life? I just didn't know how to do it. Didn't know when to do it. Come on now.
So I'm gonna tell him about his sister, but I feel like I don't want you to be there when I tell him. So don't worry about that.
Why would I not either? It's like, I don't want to sound like a dick, but I don't know what you're gonna tell him.
I'm just telling the truth.
I don't know.
I don't blame him. And to be honest with this reaction that we're witnessing from Jamal, this isn't the case of where when the fact that he's displaying that he doesn't trust her, it's not going to just be because of the secret of Larry. I promise you now. There's clearly been other things that she has done in in his lifetime that has put him in a position where he could not trust his mother. So much to the point that I know, and we saw this even last week as well, right? Where she came out and said that me and Jamal have only just built a very good relationship recently. Said that last week's episode. So that tells me a lot of things. So like I said before, rinse and repeat. This is the kind of person that doesn't seem to ever think of others, always thinks about herself. So the amount of time that she's probably tarnished her relationship with Jamal anyway, Lord knows. But anyway, we continue.
I don't know. Feel really protective of Larry because I don't want my mom to lie to him like she lied to me.
Do you think this was easy for me to live with my whole life? For 35 years, 34 years, it's awful. For 35 years, 34 years, it's awful. All of this has affected my self-esteem, my self-worth, but I feel...
Oh, wait. So your life choices to have 3 kids with the same dude that clearly didn't want nothing to do with them, clearly, has affected your life choice, your self-esteem. Oh, so you're now blaming the kids for your self-esteem. She's probably not, but that's what it sounds like. Darling, do you not realize that you made all of these choices? Huh? Darling, all of this is all on you. My self-esteem. Shut the hell up.
I feel like now I have to gain Jamal's trust back. I want to build a bigger relationship with Larry. And I feel like I want to find love. I want somebody to accept me for all this craziness that's going on.
Does she really? Do you know what? First thing first, if you notice though, she also, again, in that situation, she spoke about building a relationship back with Jamal, but also finding a relationship with Larry. Daughter, not even spoken of. So there's a chance that she's rejected Kim, but who knows? Kim does say though at some point that they did try to find her, but something happened. But anyway, listen. She talks about relationships. Someone who's gonna, the matter of the fact is, the only way she's ever going to find a real relationship with a man is if she begins to just be an honest person. Stop lying to people. Stop withholding information to people. Stop just being who you are. Because who you are is just trash. You know what I mean? Like, start being honest. If she starts being honest, no matter what moving forward in life, hopefully she will eventually, or no, she's more likely to find the right man who's going to want to be with her. And also on top of that, she's going to build a very good relationship with her sons. They may still never ever trust her ever again, but she'll be able to build a foundation that is based on her being an honest person, and therefore she's able to live with herself because she knows that everything that she does now is because it's coming from the truth. Because here's the thing, she always talks about I was doing things, the right thing for myself. But the problem with Kimberly is that when she does things for herself, it's all based on lies. It's all based on lying to other people. It's all based on withholding information from other people. It's all based on just not being an honest person. Be honest. It's not hard. Just do that. And things will align. But nah. Kimberly always has to find an excuse to why she had to lie or withhold information. And I say this to every single one of you people in this whole entire world. Bear that in mind, okay? If you want good things to happen, you want true things to happen, be honest. This is why, for me, myself in particular, in my personal life, I get called rude all the time. I get called blunt all the time. Because I'm just honest. And I don't beat around the bush. I just keep it 100. And the people that cannot handle it, I know they don't need to be around me. But the people that can understand and handle it, I know that they're good people. But then at the same time, those people are the people who are similar to me. They keep it 100 too. But anyway, your circle is very key, folks. But with that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe, and peace.